What's up, y'all? It's Brendan Boyd. Listen, make sure you tune into the Multiple Stream podcast. And remember, good things come to those that hustle. You do not want to miss this episode. We went crazy, talked about a lot of topics that you need to tune into. Let's go.
Let's go. Welcome to Multiple Streams, by any means, a podcast where we focus on showing you guys different ways to achieve financial wealth. I'm your host, Bam, and today we got someone, man, he's an interesting character. We have similar names. I was almost named his name at birth. We got my brother, Brendan. He's the owner of the Pod Agency, which is actually a marketing company, public relations company geared toward helping podcasters out. So I definitely know I'm going to learn something today, man. I got my brother, Brendan.
Yo.
My boy. Up, absolutely, man.
How you doing? Bam.
Absolutely. You know bam, bam. Thank you, man.
Remember Flintstones and shit? They had a baby. Bam, bam.
Yeah. Hey, that was a joke coming up, man. When I was coming up, that was like, you know, that's kind of where the fitness thing came in. Okay, you know, Bam used to stay on the weights. Yeah. He was real strong. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of helped with my persona in actuality, man. So yeah, I was actually so your name is Brendan Boyd, right? Yeah. I was almost named Brendan. Like it was like when they were choosing my name, that was like one of the names that came on the desk. But it was my mom was more like, she probably knew I was going. He already gonna be short. We don't want to give him a funny name. That's too. Funny, you know what I'm saying? So we go just name him Brandon. But where you from, man?
Boston originally, man. But I live in LA. Been in LA 5 years. And I'm in the middle of another transition. I'm coming back to the East Coast. But I'm probably gonna be in South Florida. So between Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Atlanta.
So you grew up in Boston?
Yeah.
Cool. What was Boston like?
You know what? That's a really good question. For me, it was normal, but like when I think about it in retrospect, based off of like when people were sharing moments, it was actually it was really interesting, bro. Because if I think about my street, I remember 4 instances when people got killed on my street, but it was normal for me to be in that type of drama. You know what I'm saying? I was just indoctrinated with like just how the neighborhood moved. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, drugs around the spot, you know what I mean? Like runners. And like I said, like I remember white tape on my street. Like there was a spot where like this family got kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? And like and they ended up getting killed. And that was a couple blocks from my crib. You know what I'm saying? On like a side street. So when I look back on it, it was rough, you know what I'm saying? But
was it a drug related kidnapping?
All drug related kidnapping.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But actually being there, I didn't feel like it was that bad because like I wasn't really in that. I lived in that environment, but I didn't associate with that environment. I grew up hooping, going to school. You know what I'm saying? Talking to girls. That was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't had to. Yeah,
I wasn't into like that.
Most people in the street, bro, they in the streets because they either dumb or ugly, bro. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, like. Just be honest, and that was the only thing that they was able to do. Like the girls weren't liking them, so the ugly dudes they go to the street. Like all the ugly dudes I know, they trapped and now they got the girls.
Yeah,
or like,
facts.
You know they weren't really good enough at hooping, but if they trapped a little bit, they can go ball. So, so I mean, so the area you grew up in, it was more like street.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is, hood is we all broke and all that bullshit, but street is. We not doing the best, and a lot of bad opportunities come our way. So a lot of us choose the street. So it was more like that type of environment.
Yeah, it was more like that.
It was more. That's how it was for me.
It was more like that for sure. Yeah.
Because I grew up in College Park. What are you gonna say?
So I'm from an area called Mattapan. So they should call it Murder Pan. You know what I'm saying? And Boston's like, you know, Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan. Those are like the closest neighborhoods to each other. And Boston's not really a big. It's not really a big city. You know what I mean? It's pretty walkable. Like, you can walk pretty much the whole city.
Oh, shit.
But, yeah, that I was really, like, concentrated in that area. You know what I'm saying? Like, Roxbury, Mattapan, Dorchester. So, you know, growing up, like I said, it was normal for me. But when I look back on it, was definitely some things going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like, so I grew up in College Park. So I didn't grow up, like, the projects part. It was, like, the houses. But it wasn't, like, I ain't really grow up seeing people like poor. Like I just see people broke. Meaning it wasn't like J's everywhere. You'll see them here and there, but it kind of took one new one. But it'd be like more of the street, like all the people from the city. Really, College Park is like an area where everybody from the city move to when they want to do a little better, but they carry all that city stuff with them. So we all out here. Then, you know, once you expand, so I grew up in the housing part, but once you go to middle school and high school, now you mixed in. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the area that I grew up in was like more street than hood, because like it wasn't like the brokest, like people, parents that have jobs, but it'd be like, it wouldn't be enough to keep them.
It was just enough that you wasn't broke, but you was like, yeah.
Well, they'd be broke, but they wouldn't be poor, meaning like lights not getting cut off.
Gotcha.
But we running out of food, so it was kind of like that. So so you said you grew up like hooping, you know, ladies dealing. That's what about entrepreneurship? Did you do anything entrepreneurship?
I didn't get into entrepreneurship till I was like 20. You know what I'm saying? When I graduated college, I just had this dream to start this business, and what I realized was in Boston, we didn't have a basketball league past the age of 18. We didn't have nothing that was like Rucker Park. You know what I mean? So I had this dream of just making a league, like a men's league in the city, that was kind of like a Rucker Field. You can pull up. You know what I'm saying? We had the food trucks, mobile DJ.
Oh snap!
You know what I mean? We had sponsors for every team. We had the banners, you know what I'm saying, on the fence. So it was like a vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Twitter was just new. So like I used to do like the live tweets, you know what I'm saying, to give people their stats and stuff like that. That's we had trophies, All-Star game. I tried to make it like a vibe. So that was like my first like entrepreneurship. That was my first business, you know? And it was cool. Like every team I charged them a band. So I was 12. So I made $12,000 just for team signing up. And then I made another 12 for sponsorships because every team had a sponsor. And then I made like another like 6,000 for the sponsors that were on the banners.
Hold on. Did you have to get permission in order? You had to get permission in order to host the event.
Yeah. So I had to go to the city of Boston. You just apply for the permit. It's free. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta apply for it. So I would go early, you know, like 3-4 months early, apply so that park was available. Block it out for the whole summer. And then we just rock and roll.
That's what's up. So it's a free permit for the events, and why were the people paying the band?
Because they was paying to put their team in the league.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. No, it definitely makes sense. It's a whole team.
Yeah,
and they know how to make. I got you, and it makes sense.
Yeah, so you would pay to get your team in. We had 2 refs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So obviously the refs get paid the ref fees. Then sponsors had an opportunity to promote their businesses on the jerseys.
Yeah.
So I did that. I got that from Little League because I remember playing Little League. Every Little League team had a sponsor, like Joe's Auto Clean or something. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
On the back. And then also remember from Little League that there was always like banners on the fence.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, so they was getting money for the uniforms and they was getting money for the banners on the fence. I can probably do the same thing with the league. So that's kind of like where I got the ideas to get businesses involved, and they were getting involved, man. Like I just gave them options. It was $1,000 option to do a certain level of sponsorship, and a $500 option to another level of sponsorship. And I also sponsored the I like the trophies, All-Star game, all of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just different opportunities for people to sponsor like a part of the league.
You had your own big 3.
Yeah, essentially.
Shit. Now, that's what's up, bro. Dang, that's what's up. You graduated college at 20?
I graduated college. No, I was 20. It was like 2020. It was 2003. So I was 22 when I graduated.
Oh, okay.
But I started the league like the year before.
Oh, okay. What you take up?
English.
Oh, you took up English?
Yeah.
What made you take up English?
Because my grandmother went before she passed away, which was the reason why I went to college. She was like, go to school for something that you like, you enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And I tried business, I tried communications in college, and I wasn't really feeling it. But English I was into writing, so it was easy for me to kind of get through it. But now it's ironic because that's what I do now. I communicate, and I'm an entrepreneur, right?
That's what I asked you.
Yeah.
I'm saying, all right, look. So did you say it wasn't for you after prerequisite? Because I got a degree in marketing, and we didn't talk about nothing business related the first 2 years.
Yep. So this is the thing, bro. I feel like, and I heard a couple people say this. It's like when you go to school and you take up a discipline, you're learning from professors that probably they ain't doing it.
Never.
Right? And they're just making a college salary. So it could be 40, 60, 80, 100,000, whatever they making, and they're teaching you about something they ain't do.
Yeah.
So for you to do marketing and ain't do no marketing until that second or third year is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just regurgitating information, and for the most part, schools just keep you entertained, and they're just keeping you like
spending money.
100%. So I feel like if you're gonna go to school for the networking. Go to school. Go to school to get into the clubs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go to school to get into the the different meetups.
The networking.
Like take advantage of all of that.
Yeah.
Even when they got those I would even do a sorority or fraternity. Like get involved in everything. They got the where you can go overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
study abroad.
I would do that if that's one thing I wish I would have done. I just didn't do it. But like I would do every little thing that you can do. And another thing I would do too, with the information I have now, I would start a mastermind in college.
In college, I was just gonna say, man, like
I would start a mastermind in college.
As I'm going through my business, I'd be like, damn, I wish I was smart in college. All these motherfuckers that was working with me for free, we was doing like dumb stuff on campus, like selling weed and flipping cars. Like flipping cars ain't dumb, but I'm like, man, I wish I would have started a community.
Yeah, facts. And it's you just ain't know, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when I graduated college 2010, bro, man, I wasn't even taking pictures like that, let alone being active on Twitter and Facebook, and let alone being intentional about what was going on when it comes down to social and digital marketing. It just kind of hit us. So like they still trying to figure out, okay, well, advertising is when you hear the McDonald's commercial. Branding is the logo, and you know what I'm saying? Marketing is dissemination of products, goods, services, and ideas through a medium and all that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like they teach you real abstract. And don't get me wrong, they give you principles that are like,
they give you theory.
So abstract, theories that you won't even be able to test. And then it's like they set you up for like to work as a bottom feeder for corporate America. So for the most part, I was just telling the young lady that was here earlier, like they don't teach you they don't teach you simple entrepreneurship. Like go to the Department of Revenue website, apply for a business, or go to IRS website, get an EIN, like the simplest stuff, bro. And it's like I use my degree, like you said, so I didn't really meet nobody. I wasn't really too much in the frats. Because sometimes that should be a waste of time too. It depends on the school you go to. But I do have a lot of healthy friends. They're not able to teach me a damn thing, but they're good people to lean on. They do have interesting perspective, and they live healthy lifestyles. But for the most part, I'm gonna use my degree just as part of my story. Like as I wrote a book. I'm gonna give you a copy of my book. So it's like, it's part of my resume. You know what I mean? Even the book. I told someone the other day, the book is like my PhD.
Yeah, facts.
Not saying that I needed one, but at the same time,
you're an author, bro.
Yeah, before you try to shit on me because of how far I got a bachelor's degree. I have a PhD. I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? As far as my bachelor's degree, even how you just said you went to him 500, you went to a mastermind. You said him 500, right?
Yeah.
All right, so like, even if he had to introduce me, hell, most people try to shit on entrepreneurship. I mean, shit on traditional education, but I already paid for my degree.
Me too.
As you like describe me, you could throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? Because like some people be in the entrepreneurship crowd and be trying to like, oh, you don't like. I was talking to this kid the other day. Dude was like, he be selling T-shirts, and I was asking about school. He was like, yeah, I was going to tech, but they didn't teach me how I wanted to learn. And I'm like, what you mean? He said they don't teach you business. I'm like, bro, listen, most of this business shit is a fad, bro. The people you would know, bro, if you went to tech, you know the nigga that's creating the next Facebook, the next TikTok, the next Google. Bro, like, this is entrepreneurship might be temporary. You won't know until after that 5-year mark, bro. And, he like 19, 20. He barely 5 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I'm like, bro, don't listen. And if somebody walked past and said, man, that PhD don't mean nothing. I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, the best you're going to make it doing what you're doing is good small business entrepreneurship. And, like, your limits, you'll be lucky if you can make $5 million off the education you got.
No, for real.
Man, the people, look, bro, the people that work for corporate and then start some shit, they be making billions, hundreds of millions. You know what I'm saying? And then the people that they have. Like, so right now, when I got a plan to farm, I'm calling little Pee Wee from the hood, little Bone from the hood. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever, little Jay from the hood. And I got people that I went to college with. They're like more middle class. I'm calling my homeboy the teacher, my homeboy that work in enterprise. They cool, but when it come down to it, if I went to Tech or Emory, or if I just applied myself more to the networking aspect of my school, man, you never know who you'll know. You can be knowing the next Zuckerberg, or it's millions, it's hundreds of companies that you never heard about that's making 10 million a year, 20 million a year. And it's like, man, bro, like, I'm trying to tell him, I could tell, look at his face, he wasn't hearing it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to say, dog.
Well, but you know what you can do now, right? With the information that you have now, you can go back to the schools to get paid to speak at the schools to now share some insight that you got to the people that's gonna listen. Cause you can be like, yo, I was in your seat before, and you know, I was distracted by this, and this. I thought this is why I was here. These are the things I was paying attention to. But I'm back now to show y'all. Now, you know, XYZ years removed from school, I want to give y'all the real facts. I want to give y'all some real life situations. I want to give you some real assets that you can use literally today, right now, tomorrow, and get these results. And then you'll get paid for it because the school got the budget.
Yeah.
So they'll pay you to come speak, and you can just give the kids what they really need.
Yeah, nah, definitely. I've been procrastinating. I gotta take action because I was a damn good student too, bro. Like Albany, I went to Albany State University. And I was a pretty good student. Like, I wasn't not even trying. Just more so, I never took classes that were too difficult for me. I'm not the type that want to take honors classes. I'm sorry. And I was taking marketing. Like I said, I was pretty much like I was pretty good at selling stuff. I was always selling stuff, so it was easy to translate the information. And you know, Albany State is like a small HBCU.
Yeah.
So I picture, just imagine going to a school in Georgia. We have like one of the worst education systems. So the people that's passing grades got to get curved for just be honest. Just be honest with you, bro. So like the type of school that you go to, if you went to like a typical school on the south side of town, west side or east side of town, would be like an Albany State, like a small, either like a community college or like a smaller HBCU, and it's not meant for a super scholar to.
I got you.
Yeah, you know they got difficult classes, but for the most part, they gonna go a little easy on us black folks. So it was easy for me to just kind of go through it. And but I will say that you know, I could have picked up on more things like if I moved a little slower, but now I'm out, you know, I never got a job my degree, bro. Like and the people that did, it took them like a cool couple of years of applying.
I mean, most people aren't getting jobs with their degrees though. I think it's a high percentage of people end up doing something different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go for a discipline and end up, like, getting a job somewhere else, a whole nother category.
Right. I mean, yeah, I just feel like this life, man. Yeah, but going back to entrepreneurship, though, like, yeah, a lot of schools, I just feel like, going back to the education system, I just feel like they need to get out this American dream, charge you an arm and a leg, because I feel like it's discouraging. Like, and then it's like, they need to take away the bullshit prerequisite classes. I don't need another class in math unless I'm a remedial. And it's going to discourage. They're going to make perceptually make more money, but you're not going to really make money because you're going to have a higher dropout rate, more frustration, less reviews, less people donating back to the alma mater. And at the end of the day, this little plan y'all got that's taking money from people on the front end because y'all giving us a loan for this, but won't give us a business loan. At the same time, it's really just hurting the economy. And at the same time, it's more like, let's just be honest, bro. For someone with my degree, your degree, I'm just saying, like you're not your degree. You actually applied yourself past that from. Yeah. But if you have a high school diploma with a few years experience, you went straight to the workforce. You got 3-4 years experience with a 2-year associate degree. A bachelor's degree with no experience or a master's degree with no experience, y'all in the same boat. Now, in the long run, maybe you can do something with it, but it's all up to really your experience. So it's like most people that graduate with a college business degree, they're real estate agents, work for a rental car company or something. They might be teachers. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we all gonna be in the same boat. Some got change. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's been like that for a while too. Like I'm reading a book right now. They were talking about how all these educated black folks had like different degrees, but we was all assed out. I'm talking like early days though, so it's like, especially when opportunities wasn't provided because of sick. But what I'm just saying is like, they need to stop doing that, thinking that they doing right by chart. Like,
I mean, they ain't gonna change that though.
They're not gonna do
it.
it.
They ain't gonna change that.
They should want They should want. I don't know. Even if and then I feel like, I understand it's not their job, but if you going to school for a nursing degree and I'm not going to pass, instead of leaving me with this debt and a frown on my face, recommend me a nursing assistant program. But I know they're not going to do that. But
that's, I mean, you're outlining what the parents should also encourage the kids to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because how else they gonna get that information?
Well, a lot of us black folks, bro, we first gen when it comes down to the school, meaning we don't have parents that went to school. Man, a lot of us be in that registrar's office like nervous, like not even knowing what's gonna happen next. And then it's like a lot of them traumatized, like the parents that went to school, and like we don't know what, we still got slave mentality. We just gonna try to figure this shit out the white man way, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of folks can't think outside the box, bro. Let me just be honest. So it's just like, I don't know, man. So all right, look. So we got the degree in English, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the furthest you went, bachelor's.
Yeah, bachelor's. I got the bachelor's in English. Like I said, I ain't use it. I mean, I used it because, to communicate. But I didn't put it to work to get a job in English. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, out of college, started that league. Did that for like 6 years.
You said you did what?
The basketball league. Did that for like 6 years.
Oh yeah, the basketball league.
Yep. And then I met my new business partner through. Well, my previous business partner at the time, through a mutual friend, and then he wanted to start a clothing company. And the company was already rolling, you know what I'm saying? He had a couple of T-shirts. And I liked the concept, so I joined him. We changed the name, and then we just started selling T-shirts out the trunk of the car. And that brand was very impactful and successful. It was my first 7-figure business. It didn't last long because we didn't have the discipline, we didn't have structure, we didn't have guidance, we didn't have mentorship. But we definitely culturally made an impact. Like, J. Cole, Weeknd, Nas, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, Kendrick. Like, these are just some people that wore the clothes back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I got old pictures. You look at them, they look all young. Like your hair ain't grow. You know what I'm saying? We were in video games. We did collabs with like big, fashion boutiques and stuff.
Yeah, so, y'all was in video games with the clothing brand?
Yeah, we was in Dance 360.
Dance 360?
Yeah.
How did that happen? And what do you? Oh, so the people were dancing in it and
had
their clothes on?
It was one of those one of them clothing. I mean, one of them dancing video games. And 2 characters had our clothes on, so you could choose the character and they had the brand on.
How did that come about, bro? That sound like more of a licensing deal.
Yeah. So my business partner did all of the design. You know what I'm saying? And all the branding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did everything else. So that was like marketing, that was sales, that was business development, you know what I'm saying? That was seeding, that was looking for like great opportunities to kind of like associate the brand, all collaborations. So I did all of that. So I always had like this knack for like marketing or seeing different areas where I felt like, we could capitalize and stuff like that. And then we just had a couple of opportunities. This opportunity was one of them that came across the shelf. We had an opportunity to get in a video game. Had an opportunity to do a collab with Mountain Dew. We had an opportunity to do a collab with Colette, which is a renowned streetwear boutique. They closed its doors in 2018, but we had a chance to do a collab with them before they closed their doors. So I was always looking for cool opportunities. We even did a collab with a BMX bike company. You know what I'm saying? So we had like a short run of BMX bikes that we sold. I think with like 200, 250 or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So I was always just looking for interesting opportunities for us to collaborate. You know what I'm saying? And that was definitely one of them. And like I said, we just ain't had to it was amazing that of what we was able to create and what we were able to do without guidance, mentorship, business coaching, support, a blueprint. We were still able to kind of put it all together and then have some success. And we were in over 100 retailers selling our brand domestically, internationally, and online. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty dope. And then me and my business partner, you know, we ended up not seeing eye to eye. We couldn't come to like agreement on a brand direction after a couple of years. So it ended up kind of like just dissolving.
Would
And
you
then
say
at
that
that
was
point,
ego?
super ego, hella ego on top of ego. You know what I'm saying? And I think we were both like early 30s when we was having these kind of like these egos and communication issues, and we couldn't we couldn't get past that at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I got into real estate at that point, and then I was doing real estate.
What you mean doing real estate?
Selling, so helping buyers buy and helping sellers sell. So residential real estate.
Oh, okay. So you were like an agent.
Yeah, I was an agent.
Oh, okay.
Had a dual license in Massachusetts and California.
Damn, two crazy markets.
Yeah, so 6 years in Massachusetts with the license, and then 2 years holding it and operating it in California. So I was doing both for a little bit, then focused on California once I moved out there.
How was that running deals in two different states? Because obviously, if you're in Cali, somebody wants you to sell a house in Massachusetts, you can't go out there just to show them a house and go back to Cali. So
100%. So I did a lot of referrals back home. So there was a couple of agents that I worked with specifically, and they were trusted by me because I knew like they could carry out the deals. So I was still getting leads, or I would create new opportunities, and I would just send it out to those guys to facilitate those deals. Mm-hmm. And then occasionally, if it made sense, I fly home or whatever. But for the majority of the time, I just did partnerships with some agents. They closed those deals, showed those houses, and that's how we did it.
Nice lit. You said you did real estate for 6 years?
Total 8.
Okay, so when did you get into podcasting?
So, 2021, I was like, yo, this money coming too slow, bro. Like the acquiring a customer, showing these houses, and closing the deal, it was just too slow for me. So even though, you close the deal, you might get 10K, 20K, you know what I'm saying, to close a house. You might have a 20K, 30K month, whatever case may be. It wasn't fast enough for me. So that's when I started investing in myself more, So before I left Boston, a friend of mine was like, yo, bro, you should get a camera and you should start vlogging like Casey Neistat. You know what I'm saying? He just always remind me of Casey Neistat. He's like, yo, watch his videos. He's like the vlog king or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was watching Casey's videos and I started vlogging, but then I realized like, people weren't that interested in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't know me like that. So I was like, you know what? I don't know no millionaires. I don't know no business owners like that. I think I'm gonna just do these YouTube interviews. It wasn't even a podcast. I was like, let me do these YouTube interviews and I can sit down with people. And what I realized is nobody ever said no. So I can interview like a business owner, an entrepreneur, a 6-figure earner, 7-figure earner, 8-figure earner, or whatever. Anyone, and they will all say yeah.
Yeah.
So I was getting momentum. You know what I'm saying? I was doing these interviews.
Right.
And then when I ended up moving to California, I don't know, man. Somehow I just realized it was a podcast. It's just like a light bulb went off.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess this is a podcast. Mm-hmm. I rebranded it, and those interviews are early interviews I did. The series was called Service Only because I felt like I was servicing the people, bringing them value. And then when I got to Cali, I rebranded it and called it On the Pursuit because it's like on the pursuit of happiness, on the pursuit of success.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Pursuit of Happiness, bro.
Yeah.
That's like my story, bro. Just the art of somebody just like they don't understand how hard he had to work, how hard he had to humble himself. He had to stay down. Mm-hmm. That's what it takes, bro. Damn near with every business, bro. People be wanting. They don't want that side though. They don't want to see. I'm not saying I ever donated blood and lived in the bathroom, but you gotta do some shit now.
Yeah, you gotta go crazy, bro, and you gotta just stay focused on the vision.
Yeah.
Like your goal's already there. It's just like your journey of getting there. It's not just gonna appear when you arrive. It's there. Like if I want to get a Lambo, right? We talked about that off camera. The Lambo already exists, right? So either someone's driving it right now, and in the next 6, 8, 10 months, they're going to be done with it, and that's going to be my Lambo, or it's being manufactured right now, or it's on the lot, but it already exists. I just have to catch up to it in the future, you know what I'm saying, and then it's there. And that's literally how it is with everything. right? I got to this podcast, but this podcast already existed. You already
Yeah.
existed. You had to do how many episodes you had to do to create the space where now it's my turn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it didn't just happen, it was already there. So it's the same thing with how we have to look at entrepreneurship, business, even how we move and shake in this world. I think one thing that is really big on me right now, and it keeps being a reminder, is frequency, staying in the frequency. And I'll give you an example. If somebody passes away, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, for a limited amount of time, people recognize what's important. They're like, damn, yo, he was just here. She was just here. Let me call my people. Let me tell my friend, my ex or whatever that I really care about them.
Gratitude.
Because, you know what I'm saying? But what happens is it's like a Mario star. People leave that frequency in 25 hours, 72 hours. Then they back on the programming. They're back on wasting time. They're back on, watching Netflix all day. They're back on procrastinating on that business that they said they were going to start for 3 years. For you to be successful, you got to stay in those pockets, right? Because programming has designed a life that makes you feel like what you really feel like is important is actually important, but it's really not important at all. What's important is realizing if I see what's really important, like maximizing my day, telling my people that I love them, getting everything done on my to-do list, you know what I'm saying, going to bed tired because I exhausted all my energy towards my goals and my dreams, or whatever case you want to be, then you realize what's important. But when you ain't doing, when you're wasting your time, that's when you start realizing that you're actually wasting your life, because we're all here for a finite amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Your producer got a certain number of days. You got a certain number of days. I got a certain number of days. It's finite. You know what I'm saying? It's predetermined. Like, we don't know, but we know we going to go.
Mm-hmm.
So what we going to do with the life that we got, because every day is fleeting. Like, every day is literally fleeting. These seconds is fleeting. These minutes is fleeting. What I just said is already gone. This podcast is getting closer and closer and closer to coming to an end. It's fleeting. So what do you want? What do I want? What does he want? What do y'all want? You know what I'm saying? You got to use the time that you have to maximize it. And that's not to say don't plan for tomorrow, but that's to say to maximize the time that you have right now. Like, could you make one more call? You know what I'm saying? Can you do one more rep? Can you run one more mile? Like, what can you do to really take advantage so you know that you really won that day? It's going to get you closer and closer to your goals and your dreams. It's really not that difficult if you keep it in that construct. But frequency is really where you need to be, that vibration. But because of how the world is designed, people don't stay on purpose. They stay being distracted. So they either never make it to what they want to do, or they just don't start until it's too late.
Yeah.
So I've been really being intentional about, like, being very purposeful, you know what I'm saying, about my own life, like the things I want to accomplish, the things I want to get done, the places I want to travel, people I want to see, you know what I'm saying, and then just doing it. Because I could have been like, yo, man, I'm late, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna catch you next time, right?
Right.
But then what? Maybe next time it don't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we got the opportunity, so it's like y'all need to take advantage of every opportunity that you have. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting really, really intentional about that.
Right. And like the world is meant to distract you.
100%.
You know, like from it's been like that for a long time, like commercials, the news, life, people. So it's just like now we got social media, so now we distracted more than ever. And it's like if you don't know how to use, if you're not using your social media, you're being used unless you don't use it at all. And it's for the most part. So I remember you was talking about the Lambo. You ever listen to Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
He funny. So he had like a quick video. He said, there was a guy that walked up to me and he said that rich people don't buy Lambos. He said, rich people drive bullshit cars. He said, well, I got a question for you. Who's buying the Lambos? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody got to be buying these damn Lambos, bro. Like, for real. Now, all right, so, like, I consider it like when people just kind of like, when it takes someone dying or an opportunity closing for them to appreciate it. Like it takes you to get fired. They appreciate your job. You appreciate your grandma or your homeboy once they die or whatever. I consider it like a gratitude how like when the opportunity ends, it create like a gratitude how like now you're grateful.
Yeah.
And then it still wears off though.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta stay in our moment. So like different ways you can stay in our moment is you can start programming yourself every single day. So it could be through affirmations. It could be through you writing down. So like I got this from my guy Peter Kell. He made $40 million twice in 1 year through VSLs.
Virtual sales letters.
He's a beast, right? But what he would do is he called it priming your mindset. So he'll write down something like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I make, let's say, 5K in a day. But he would write that down 20 times on a piece of paper.
Damn.
So if you do that every single day, now you're programming your mind to that resolve, right? So you got writing down, being intentional. You got your affirmations. Now you could be doing visualization. It could be like a YouTube video that you watch or listen to every single day. It could be an audio book that you tapped into. Mm-hmm. Here's a cheat code, bro. Record yourself reading your affirmations, speaking to yourself, and then listen to that every single day. So now you're reprogramming yourself with your own voice.
With your voice.
Every single day. So it's going to hit your synapses differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you could do the same thing in video. You could read your affirmations or who you want to become in video and then watch that every single day. But these are like little small things. Another thing I do is I put little notes for myself in my calendar.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say it's just a little reminder. So like one of my goals is with one of my offers, we've already started, but let's say 67 sales on a 15K product is $1 million. Mm-hmm. So I'll put a note on my timer, 12 o'clock a hit, the note will pop up. It'll be like, it's only 67. You know what I'm saying? Or like, it's only $1 million. Mm-hmm. Or, let's say, the one, 6 p.m. might be like, don't stop, keep going. Like you just put little notes to remind yourself, because what's going to happen is you're going to forget about them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's going to pop off, and then it's going to, you're telling your future self to tell your present self what you got going on. It's going to keep you in the frequency. Like we need that. It's kind of like, you ever go bowling with the bumper balls? You know what I'm saying?
A bumper ball?
Yeah.
No, what's that?
So they got like bowling for the kids where they put out the little little thing so the
I
ball don't go in the gutter.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's like we're doing that for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you have that, you set those up.
I
so
like
it's
that,
like,
bro.
It's like when you about to fall off, you get the alert. It's like, okay, yeah.
What was the dude name again? The mentor dude?
Peter Kell.
Peter Kell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him up.
He got this video that I listen to every day. It's like a 4-minute video. I'll send it to you. I think it's like being broke sucks or something. Like it's like something like that. But he breaks down like, what I just showed you with like programming your mindset and like priming your brain every single day. But like you gotta stay on that frequency. You know what I mean? If you were taking the train or the bus, you took it at the same time every single day. That means that line runs on that frequency, 12 a.m. That bus is always there. That train's always there. So you can catch it if you're on that vibe.
Mm-hmm. Hey, give me 3 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Bathroom, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll be right back.
Rosie.
Shout out to Rick Ross.
Shout out in daylight.
Is that the new Hollywood or the old one?
The mic?
Yeah.
It's a new one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see that because they had added the magnum stick to it.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Oh man. Ooh. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's a good tip. Once you write it down, I think Maya Angelou said, write write it down with some real paper and a real pen and watch shit get real. It
Yeah.
was something along that lines. But now that's what's up, bro. That's definitely a tip. So one thing I do when I wake up is it's like motivational videos that pop up on my YouTube video.
Yeah.
So normally the names I see are like Steve Harvey, Bishop, T.D. Jakes, Brian Tracy, and Jim Rohn. Those are like 4 names, and E.T.
Yeah. E.T.
But like
for sure.
I just like press play. So as I'm waking myself up, I just kind of set and forget, and it's playing. By the time I realize what's going on, it's just like a bunch of motivation in my subconscious, and that's kind of like how I start my day. You got a morning routine?
Yeah, I got a morning routine. I'll break that down too. But I was gonna say, what you can try, find like 3 or 4 videos that really hit, and then do those ones.
It pops up.
Yeah,
the same like.
Oh, the same joints.
Yeah, so sometimes I had to look for an additional video, but the main ones I look at, they do pop up. But I will save what I will do just to kind of execute is I save a playlist of my favorites.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you know it's gonna keep you in that frequency. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gotta it's not like you watch one Eric Thomas video and that one hit, then the next one's okay, but it don't hit like the last one. But you know, it's like listen to your favorite song. You know what I'm saying? Like it got the correct cadence, correct BPMs. Correct melody, you know what you can get from it every single time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do
so
that a lot, bro. I'm glad you said that. Like, a lot of time people be like kind of looking at me weird because I listen to like old Jeezy. I'm like, bro, I've been listening to these same words for 20 years. It makes me want to hustle, bro. And I know all the words that helps out. I'm not trying to confuse myself and regurgitate new info. I'm not trying to cram a new song. And
what do you say? I'm the illest one. I'm the illest nigga doing it. You already know. Got Trap of the Year 4 times in a row or 3 times in a row.
Yeah, in my book, man, one of the first I got a book, right? So I wrote a book. I'm gonna give you a copy. So I wrote how some of his words help you with manifestation.
Yeah.
So the quote I used was, "The world is yours, and everybody in it is out there getting on your grind to get it."
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I put that in my book, bro, and just for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like it's you can remember it. And it's like I'm trying to, for one, it helps me get into the mind frame of when I first heard it. So you know, like when you hear something or smell something, your senses and all that type of stuff, you can kind of go back in time and remember where you smelt it or where you heard it from. Like you might remember where you was when you first heard a song.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That recog. So it's like
I'm gonna remember where I was when I first wore glasses on our podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Multiple streams, man. You know, we need all eyes on the prize. So we got extra prescriptions for that, man.
You might have to get some multiple stream shades, bro.
Yeah, man.
Got some merch or something.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
I got some cool ideas, man, I've been coming up with, man. All right, so look, what's some tips for anyone that's looking to start a podcast?
Yeah. If you want to start a podcast, I feel like what you need to understand is that most podcasts quit between episodes 7 and 15. So I don't recommend anyone just go out and start a podcast per se. I recommend that you start a virtual show first to see if you can keep up with it, because it's work. Yeah. Podcasting is super trendy right now. Everyone want a podcast. Everyone feel like they can start a show. So I recommend you use Riverside. Riverside's cool because it will record your audio and your video, and it will clean up the video. Like Zoom don't clean it up, StreamYard don't clean it up. They got a software built into it, so it's going to clean up. Riverside.fm.
I'm taking notes. So
Riverside.fm is a great platform for you to start podcasting or even stream your podcast live. And like I said, get used to that first. Get 10 to 20 interviews done, feel comfortable, and then if you're like, I actually want the in-person experience, then invest in some equipment, you know what I'm saying, and do your thing. Also, on the contrary, you don't have to have no equipment, right? Because if you got a budget, you can link up with a podcast studio, an engineer, an editor, just show up with talent, and then just, you pay a little bit extra, but you ain't got to worry about no equipment, no engineer. You ain't got to worry about no editing, nothing. You just show up, shoot the podcast, and go home. So there's a lot of different ways for you to do the podcast. There's not one way. Tons of different equipment. You know what I'm saying? You can like my setup is mobile. I take my joint everywhere I go. So there's like so many different ways you could do it. And even if it was a virtual show, you don't need no equipment. You could do that anywhere. You can even rock that with your phone. So that's one thing I recommend. Start a virtual show. See if you like it. See if you're gonna understand that it's actually work. See if you enjoy the steps from conceptualizing the show to the show actually coming out. Then commit to, okay, yeah, I want an in-person situation. I want equipment. You know what I'm saying? I need this. I need that. But if you know yourself, I'm going to take it serious from the jump, then, yeah, get your stuff. Get your setup. Do your thing. But I don't recommend that everyone do that if you're just trying it out. Because you're going to try it out, spend all this money, and then ain't no more podcasts. And that's generally what happens. You know what I'm saying? If you do like 50 episodes, you like in the top 10, 15% of podcasters. You know what I'm saying? Because most of them quit.
Yeah, they do. It's easy to beat competition. One thing I like that you said is so one tip I would have is, like you said, just kind of start going. Don't get analysis paralysis by thinking too hard and being perfectionist. I saw someone post earlier. It was a podcast page. They said before you start with 25 episodes in your mind written down. And that could work for someone that's really super professional, but I feel like the average person just need to get their feet wet and learn how to swim, because that would definitely cause analysis paralysis, and everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face.
Facts.
You got 25 episodes, but once you start shooting them, you start realizing the real hard part is not coming up with episodes, getting everything shot.
It's executing. Oh man, did I bring the USB?
Did I bring the USB?
Do I got extra batteries?
Do I got extra
Camera
batteries?
died. You know what I'm saying? I don't got enough light.
Yes.
I left one of the mic cords at the crib. The guest is here. Oh, the guest is late.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these things are going to happen. And you gotta realize, like, am I built for these obstacles that are gonna come up?
Yeah.
Do I need a co-host? Do I need an assistant? Do I need an engineer? Do I need somebody that's gonna double check, make sure I got everything? Because I ain't gonna be the one making sure that I got everything. Like, you gotta be real with your situation. But once you get through all that, it's a great thing, because like no one's gonna say no to come on the show. So it's an easy way for you to get like some coaching, network, collaborate, build. You know what I'm saying? Meet people, travel. It's really a cheat code on relationship building, to be honest with you. You know, you can meet so many people by just having a show.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then for you fellas that want to learn a good way to pick up chicks, you go up to her and you say, "What's up, baby? You want to get on my podcast?" She won't say no.
That's a fact.
She ain't gonna say no, So how I got in the game, I was kind of the same way, just making YouTube content. My whole thing is business, showing people different hustles, side hustles. And my main art of when it comes to hustling is reselling, selling products online, eBay, Amazon, pallet flipping. So I've been rocking with David Shands for a minute. So he been like, at first he was just kind of digital marketing, entrepreneurship, but he was like, forget this niche. My niche is podcasting. So he put a lot of content out related to, he does a lot of content on content. So it just kind of put my mindset in, okay, this is the game they playing. Content, offers, packaging your knowledge, whatever, repurposing your content. And then he got heavy on the podcast. And so I just kind of let his influence, and like my co-host, normally have a co-host. And he, I would pretty much put the course in his hand, and I wouldn't consider him a mentor. Well, I can say he's the closest thing I had to a mentor, but he not nobody that can call and be like, bro, what's up? What am I doing right or what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
But the information that he's provided is like what I've like
implemented.
Well, yeah, like it helped me even distinguish the difference between just talking junk online versus what's considered a podcast. And then he has a lot of cool ways of how you like he has like a lot of Zooms where he talk about monetizing from like affiliate, like mainly affiliate marketing, sponsored ads, views, and stuff like that. But it opened my mind up, and that's the reason why I'm glad that my business is focused on entrepreneurship, because they spend money and they want to make money.
Yeah.
Versus just having cocktails and conversations with Jada Pinkett, you know what I'm saying? And she talking about her entanglement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like most people, it seem like their only goal is to monetize our views, but it's like that's cool. But I'm glad I chose business because it's easy to monetize with business. Like I talk to a lot of people. Like right now, you just told me something about are you doing podcasts? You might have a podcast streaming service you're promoting. I'm not sure. I'm just saying. And matter of fact, you got to. All right. So what's the name of your business?
So, Imperfect Action Media, one of our offers is the pod agency.
Oh,
Which,
okay.
yeah, which helps entrepreneurs and business owners get more exposure by leveraging podcast guesting.
Okay. So y'all help monetize through guesting. So you help the guests get paid and you help people find guests?
We help guests get on these platforms so they can tell their story, let people know about how they help people, the services they provide, and grow their audiences so they can monetize and make more money.
All right, so it's pretty much like a booking. It's like a booking services
Specifically for podcasts. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So you finally able to use that English degree as you're communicating with your different guests and your different.
I mean, yeah. Yo, what's up? You got a podcast? Yeah, I got a client. Well, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I bet when they communicate, they like, man, the way he talking, man, I know he got a degree. Now, what made you start? What made you start this service?
Yeah, I saw it was so one of the ways that I was able to figure it out is something I can give y'all too. Is like if you don't know what offer to have, or what offer or what business to start, look at like what's something that you can improve. What's something that you feel like you need to get to the next level. Maybe let's say your credit. Maybe your credit's not good. Well, if your credit's not good, you can fix your credit. That's something that you can provide other people. So then I will work on that, right? Another thing I will look at is what's something that's missing in the marketplace or something that can be improved in the marketplace. You can fill in that void, that you can monetize that. Another way to look at it is what are you seeing? What are you hearing people complain about or wish that something was improved and it doesn't exist? You can create that. So for me, I had a lack of exposure for my business. I had a lack of people not knowing who I was and what we did and how we help people. So that's why I started doing that. And once I started doing it, I put an offer out. And then I got 3 people that was like, yeah, I want to take advantage of that right now. So then I realized, okay, cool. If these 3 people, want to pay me to provide this service, then that means other people will as well. So it was just a matter of time. Once we put the offer out, we kept refining the offer, kept refining the services. I mean, we still do that now. But it was something that I needed. And then I put the offer out and then people took it. So I was like, okay, cool. This is it. You know what I'm saying? And every time I talk about wherever I'm at, people always want to learn about it because people need exposure. 2 things business owners lack is exposure and reliability on like a steady lead flow. Most business owners rely on word of mouth, you know what I'm saying, and referrals. You can't build a business like that. But you can build a business on exposure and lead gen, right? So podcast guesting, that solves those problems because if you have a good strategy, you get on these shows, more people are going to find out who you are, right? And you just have a call to action back to, how they can get into your ecosystem and build up that trust and eventually start working with you.
That's what's up. What type of guests do you book? Or like, all right, so how do I know that you have the guests for my platform? Like what type of guests do you book? Do you go out and find more guests? Is it like, are you just always constantly adding more guests to your your network?
Yeah, so we work primarily with the guests. So we actually go out and continue to find more podcasters for the guests, right? We have a big podcast network. So one of the things that we do is we put together these clients one sheets, and these one sheets are gonna have profile pictures, bios, you know what I'm saying, expert topics, might be 3 or 5 expert topics, maybe 2 to 4 secondary topics, maybe some downloadable items. We put videos on there now, so you click the link, you get to meet Brendan. It might be a 60-second video of why I would be a good candidate for your show. You know what I'm saying?
Quick VSL.
Yeah, quick one, right? So we give you that, and then you're able to kind of see if the client might be a good fit. Plus, you get to see the energy of the client. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is that client's energy. This is the value they're gonna bring. Oh yeah, I can see that they'll be a good fit to come on the show. So those one sheets are super valuable. So we use those to pitch to the podcasters to bring the guests on the show.
Oh man, this is dope. And I'm assuming that different people have different fees. You able to negotiate? I'm pretty sure. So you able to pretty much the relationships on your side. So you know a lot of people. Are you able to negotiate booking rates?
All the time, man. So we look to do that. So our number one thing is, looking to obviously get earned media, so the client doesn't have to pay any additional.
Yeah,
but
real.
Then sometimes the show's just gonna have a fee. It is what it is. So then we just negotiate that down to as best we can.
It's just like dating, bro.
100%.
We some women you gotta take them out, take them on dates, and some people go straight to Backpage, man. They just buy it outright, right? And wham bam, thank you, man. It's just kind of like that with the PR too, like payola and all that type of stuff.
100%. So it's a combination. I mean, some people, we have such a great relationship. I can make a call, I can get them on. Then I got to worry about the fee. Other people, we could negotiate the fee. And then other shows, it is what it is. Especially if it's a big platform. Like if it's an iHeart platform, they want their bread. You know what I'm saying? Like if they want to get on, let's say Angela Yee, Breakfast Club, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I mean, the rate's the rate. You know what I'm saying? So, but as that guest builds their equity and builds their value in the marketplace, they can forego that.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Because that value might be so high that they're gonna bring value to the platform. They want them to come on. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you continue to work on your personal brand, and that's why you do these shows is important, because now people can find you and it shows your growth, right? And it shows your thought leadership. So as long as you continue working on that, there will be shows that will be like, yo, I need to get this person on. Like, I just need them on, regardless if they have a fee or not.
Damn, that's what's up, man. Do you so when you started, did you already have like guests, or like did this business start by mistake, or did it start like were you very intentional before you even had your first client or first guest?
I was intentional because it started with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I needed to get some exposure. But like Neo was one of my first coaches, so success plus speed. So as I get on podcasts,
that's your coach.
as I get on podcasts, I just put the offer out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for 4 entrepreneurs that need help get more exposure for their business. If that's you, comment ready below. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. And then I got 2 clients off the rip. And at the time, the offer was $7,800. So 2 clients is about $1,500. $15,000, $15,600, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't bad for me just putting out an offer. So that's when I knew it was real. And they both paid, one payments. They paid in full.
Okay.
So I was just like, yeah, okay, cool. I got something here. So I just started working on refining it, you know what I'm saying, and letting more people know about it. And now, like just that, the thing is so valuable, bro. Like this week alone, literally because of this offer and because of the value that I'm able to instill in the marketplace, I had a chance to like my coach. So I got one of my coaches also is Myron Golden. So I'm at the mastermind.
You got some good coaches, dog.
Yeah. So I'm at the mastermind, right? I'm at the mastermind and I'm giving value to him. I'm adding value to the room, and people are they're like,
yeah, I know how it goes.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh my God, he's somebody.
And I'm not trying to do anything other than add the value. I'm not like, yo, y'all should work with me. I'm like, nah, he says something. This is, I got a strategic mind. So I'm like, oh, cool. Let me take it over here. Or have you thought about like that? But because of this, I had a chance to add value to his room, and then add value to him 500's room. I remember watching him 500 on all these podcasts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 2 years ago. And it's been in my mind to want to connect with him. And I would say over the last month, like we ran into each other on a couple of events here and there, but over the last month, we've been more intentional. Mm-hmm. So like, we texting and stuff. He like, yo, I start the mastermind, pull up. I pull up. He like, yo, come give some value. And that's because of the offer, but it's also because I'm pretty deep into my knowledge of this, this discipline. And that's what's very important. Like whatever you do, whatever service or product you have, you got to really know your market. You got to really know your business. That's going to set you apart. Plus you were talking about creating content offline and then really just adding value to different places. like that's gonna make you 100% stand out. Your competition is not gonna be able to catch up. Just like Kobe was doing 4 practices a day. So if you multiply that over 2, 3, 4, 5 year period, it don't matter how good somebody is. If they ain't put in that work, they're not even close to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing for you if you want to be successful in your business. You gotta put in those reps. And then things are gonna happen, bro. People that you want to connect with, they're gonna be attracted to you.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't go to Myron's event like, yo, I'm gonna be intentional. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to like make something happen. It was like, nah,
you can't. Yeah.
I attracted that situation. Same thing with him 500. I attracted that situation. I became magnetic, and that's what I feel like people got to do. And you'll do that once you grow in your discipline and your knowledge bank and your thought leadership. You'll be really able to be influential out here. But it's gonna take the reps. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna take investment. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Neo's joint's 55,000. Myron's joint, even with the discount, 55,000. That's 110 right there. But that 110 put me in rooms with different people.
Yeah.
It ingratiated me amongst people that think at a higher level and are doing crazy numbers. Like at the award ceremony at Myron's event, he was giving away $1 million day awards, bro. One of my homies got 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at these people and I'm inspired. I'm like, man, they could do it. I can do it. I'm in a room with them. I'm eating lunch with them. I'm talking to them, right? So, the thing about that is when you invest in yourself, especially when you invest in these masterminds and these programs, it's a 100% tax write-off because you're investing in your business. You're investing in your education. And if you have a solid offer and if you're willing to learn, that money you're going to get back. So I'd rather hang out or be the dumbest person in the room of people making 7, 8, 9, 10 figures and being able to soak up that oxygen, that energy, and learn from them than being afraid to invest and spend the money because I'm like, oh, this is how much it costs. But in retrospect, we talked about college. You spending that money on college, but why would you not spend that money on a mentor?
Education is education.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to tell you. I was gonna say, I had the pleasure. I know we spoke about Neo earlier. I remember I go to the gym a lot. I'm not gonna say what gym we go to, but I bump into Neo a lot, Neo Davis a lot in the gym, and I don't really play ball when everybody in there is like a cage match. When it's like three people here, that's when I go. And he kind of like the same person on the court as like these webinars. Like he like, we down 5 points, but guess what, guys? It's not over. You know what I'm saying? And, and he pass you the ball, he tell you to take a shot. It's just kind of funny, man. All right, so cool. All right, going back to podology. So all right, so can you give our people a few ways that they can monetize their voices, whether it's through a podcast or just making YouTube video, just a couple ways of monetizing what they got going on.
Yeah, 100%. Well, since you just mentioned voices, one thing I would say, as a podcast, you got to understand your voice is actually your asset. So you can go to a site like voices.com or you can go to a site like Fiverr and you can actually put your voice up for hire. So that's one thing I would do. I would lend your talent as a podcast host and use that voice to monetize, right? Because you could use that and do voiceover work, do audio books. You know what I'm saying? You could lend it to a course, all that stuff. So voices.com, Fiverr.com, be a voice actor, right? Second thing I would do is affiliates. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Affiliate marketing is huge because you don't have to fulfill anything. You don't got to deliver nothing. And you basically not even selling nothing. The work's already done. So you basically going to register to be an affiliate on some sites like JVZoo, ClickBank, you know what I'm saying? Sites like that, even Amazon. Or if you follow a digital marketer or entrepreneur, most likely they have a digital product that's already done. You can register as an affiliate, and then you can create a commercial for that product or service and make those inserts, put those in your podcast. It's the easiest way to monetize right there. And what I would look for, I would look for products that are recurring. So let's say it's a CRM, customer relationship management system, and it's $297. Maybe they give you 20% for every person you bring in every single month. So if that person pays $297 a month for that product, you getting 20% off that. That might be like $42, $50 every single month off that person as long as they keep their service. That's recurring revenue. Or you could look at places like ADP. They do the payroll. They paying out $1,000 on referrals. You know what I'm saying? That's affiliate. Yeah, that's affiliate marketing right there. So things like that. Another thing is the community. You mentioned David Shands. David Shands big on community more than Meetup.
That's how I stay tapped in.
He got over 400 people in there. They paying anywhere from $79 to $99 a month. That's like 40 bands a month.
And he'll link up with like him 5, and him 5 might bring 500 people to social proof, and they split bread on top of that. Yeah, that's how I stayed tapped in, man. Cause I was like, okay, these masterminds 50,000, like you said, but I'm like, okay, how can I stay in a room and not have to pay that much? Okay, I just pay a yearly membership in the Meetup and just like go to whoever events.
Yeah,
I like to go to and just make sure. But it's a little easier for me because I can. When I meet someone, shake their hands, it's a little different than someone that live in Missouri or something like that.
Yeah, facts.
But nah, that's what I did, man. Honestly, the Meetup, he made it real cheap, and it helped me out because it got me reading like every day. Cause that's the main thing. I did it for the book club, and then I started meeting people. Like it's a couple cool people that helped me elevate my business as far as like, cause I'm a reseller. So going back to what you said about affiliate marketing, as a reseller, the different apps and stuff we use, that's pretty good for affiliate marketing, but it's just kind of staying in those communities that keep you thinking a certain way.
100%. So community is big, affiliate marketing, create a digital product, you know what I'm saying? In an easy way, podcasters can make a digital product. How many episodes you got?
I want to say 16.
You got 16 episodes. What's the episode that stands out to you? Like what number was it?
We can say the last one we did.
All right, cool. So episode 15?
Yeah.
All right, so cool. Episode 15 already done. You can take that file, you can upload into an AI audio type, disc script, something like that, get the transcript, right? You can find the nuggets from that podcast. Maybe there was a certain section that the guest and yourself went crazy, or maybe you just summarized that. Now you could take that transcript, go to Fiverr, hire a graphic designer to do a cover, hire a formatter to put it into a like an ebook, hire a copywriter to clean it up, right? And you can start pre-selling that cover, and the book will be done in a week or two. Now you can start monetizing that episode that you already have out that is just up right now. And all podcasters can do that. That digital product now, you can create a commercial insert, or you could do a live read at the beginning of the podcast. So you got your book. So as an example, it could be something like, what's up, y'all? I got Brendan on the podcast. Welcome to another episode. Before we get into this episode, I want to remind you guys that we have this brand new book. Head over to brandnewbook.com, grab your copy. And Brendan, man, I'm super excited to have you here. And all you did was repurpose an episode that you've already done, turn it into a digital asset, put a price on that, and then you're able to monetize that. And now the podcast episode can sell that product for you because it's evergreen. I can go back and listen to episode 15 right now. Or I could watch episode 15. And all you did was repurpose that. So that's an easy way for podcasters can take the content that they already created and put that into an ebook. And to commemorate episode 50, episode 100, you can do the 50 things or 100 things I learned from the top 50 guests. And you can make that a little summary. And you can sell that as a digital product to commemorate episode 50 or 100. There's just a lot of different ways that you could do it. And that stuff's already done. All you got to do is just reformat that, you know what I'm saying, into a digital product, into a different asset. There's so many different ways for y'all to monetize. Those are just a couple, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to overwhelm y'all, but those are definitely something that you can go out and get right literally right now. You know what I'm saying? Another good way, because I know podcasters think about monetization, has to be through sponsorships, brand deals, they're having a large audience. Whatever neighborhood, city that you're in, wherever you frequent, if it's a coffee shop, if it's a gym, if it's a bank, if it's a supermarket, if it's a restaurant, go to your local places of business. Let them know that you have a podcast. Ask them directly to sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if the restaurant is big enough or the space is big enough, you can say, hey, as part of the sponsorship, I'm going to do a monthly live episode right at the restaurant. Right? So now they're going to pay you. It might be $500. That might be enough for you to pay the engineer, get the editing done. Now you're subsidizing your costs. And it's at your favorite donut shop. It's at your favorite, chicken spot. It's at your favorite seafood spot. It's at the credit union that you frequent, because it's in your neighborhood. They're more likely to do a sponsorship deal with you because no one's ever asked them that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, they're flattered.
And now you're highlighting them. You do a commercial for them in every single episode. You can even bring on the president or the manager every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Bring business back to them. And now you can possibly even structure, hey, listen, if I'm going to use the bank situation, credit union, hey, every brand new account that we open up for you guys, we'll get a kickback. Because if you were hired by them, you know what I'm saying, to be a banker, you would be doing the commission anyway.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I would look in my local market, know what businesses do I frequent, what businesses I feel like need some help, and I would go to all of them. Maybe there's a cleaners, you know what I'm saying? Maybe there's a plumber that gets busy. Maybe there's a landscaping business that gets busy. These are all different businesses that you can solicit that might be local to your neighborhood or to your city, that you can get to potentially sponsor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that they can do pretty fast, and it's very low lift.
You have a podcast?
Yeah, definitely.
What's the name of your podcast?
On the Pursuit podcast.
What is On the Pursuit?
On the Pursuit, yeah.
Okay, what's it about?
Business entrepreneurship. We normally do stories though, so we'll tell the story of what it took for the entrepreneur to be successful, and then we highlight what are their struggles present day.
Okay. Did you start off with the same theme, or it kind of developed into this thing?
It developed over time. Right now, I'm interviewing intentionally a lot of female entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a more interesting conversation. I feel like a lot of podcasters are interviewing men, which is fine. I don't really see a lot of podcasts that are intentionally choosing women entrepreneurs. I mean, a lot of shows that are bringing women on, they talking about OnlyFans stuff. You know what I'm saying? They talking about dating. They talking about relationships. There's nothing wrong with that, but I want to highlight women entrepreneurs that are getting busy. So I've been interviewing a lot of them more recently.
Speaking of, man, do you think the ladies like podcasters?
Do I feel? Yeah, I feel like it, man.
Meaning, like,
we the new rock stars, bro.
We the new rock stars. Yeah. As a podcaster, all right. So, like, when it comes down to all right. So, how quick are you to tell someone to check out your podcast? You like everyone you talk to, you tell them to check it out.
Yeah, I do it on a daily too. We got VAs that start conversations in the DM and send a link. You know what I'm saying, to people, but. Yeah, people love podcasts, bro. So like when I introduce myself, I always say, I don't do it every single time, but generally I would say about 70% of the time I'm telling people, hey, check out the podcast.
Yeah.
I send them a link to the YouTube so you can check it out. But yeah, man, people love listening to or watching podcasts. When people find out that you host a show, I feel like they get more interested in you. I mean, I told this girl that I met at the gym and I got a podcast. She was hella interested. She was like, yeah, send it to me. Send it to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I feel like just like an author, it gives you a platform. You know what I'm saying? So you're elevated. Like, you know what I mean? You're the host of a show.
Yeah, no, facts. Oh, phone dead. Yeah, nah, I feel you. I feel like it's kind of like rapping in the early 90s for the most part. It does establish authority, and
100%.
Everybody like authority. All right, cool. As an entrepreneur, bro, do you prefer to date a woman that's involved in your business? Not saying it's gonna start off that way. Would you want someone that's involved or someone that's totally separate? Y'all just kind of come together when we stop working. You do what you do, I do what you do. We come together afterwards. Meaning, like, someone lift their hand, or someone just to kind of take the stress off after you're done working.
Yeah, honestly, man, that's a great question. I think both of them is interesting, man, because I think I'm attracted to a woman that would be involved on some level. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope. Y'all can do things together. It can be relatable. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can get a bag together. Y'all kind of understand. She need a hand. I need a hand. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's a drag to get her to cooperate. But at the same time, also, I think it is valuable to, maybe you just doing your thing, and then when you get home or when you chilling, she studies you or whatever case may be, so she knows, you know, how you need to be comforted. She knows where she need to kind of add and support, to kind of just even you out, or you know, refuel you and get you ready for another day to take over the world. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So, you know, I'm dating right now, so it's like I'm open to both situations to kind of see which one makes sense. Yeah, but there's this podcast I seen. I know I saved it, but one girl, she was talking about how she really likes studying her man. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Cause she's like, I know he likes his cup over here. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like she was really,
flattering.
she was really like detailed oriented.
Oh, that's dope.
And I'm like, yeah, I can see how that would be super dope to have. Like, you know what I mean? So she made that her job to like, I wanna make sure I'm serving, I'm providing, I'm adding. I'm like, yeah, that's fire. But at the same time, you know, there's a girl I'm interested in, and she likes content. I like content. You know what I'm saying? She's in the digital space. I'm in the digital space. So I see like so I can see where I can ask some stuff. She can ask some stuff. We can do some stuff together.
Especially with content, bro. Like the perspective, like I'm real basic, so I can see good content if it smack me in the face. But making it, I'm not gonna make great content. It's gonna be good. I mean, it's gonna be better than everybody else, but like some people do that thing with that camera, the way it's like they just dope with it.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I had a girl and she was like Leanne V, you know what I'm saying, or she was like Latoya, who's out here in LA, you know what I'm saying, like real content creators, and like they got a mind like that, and they know how to monetize or how to like you know, really take advantage of the assets they're creating, I would love that. Because I feel like I be using my brain thing all the time. So if I had somebody else that was ideating on that level, you know what I'm saying, or just adding a different perspective, that'd be fire, bro. All I want is a girlfriend to make a YouTube channel, bro.
I was trying to tell you, boy. This one dude I heard, I forgot his name, but he said he made a lot of content where he'll like flirt with a chick and like do stuff. He said the whole time he was doing that, as he was coming up, his girlfriend was holding the camera. I like, and they married now. This dude named Brandon Carter. I don't know if you ever heard of him before.
Okay, yeah.
But he interviewed him and he was talking about it, man. I was gonna say, has there ever been a time where you feel like you messed up because you was chasing the money? And when I say messed up, meaning you chased the money, but after you lost the person, you were like, damn. Not saying I don't really compare money over the person, but more so, damn, I should just been humbled at one time and, you know what I'm saying, kept it going.
Yeah.
As opposed, like, do you ever feel, I feel like that happened to me a lot younger, but nothing that I can think on and dwell on. Just more so, I know it happened, but I can't remember no specific situation.
Well, there's this girl I was dating right before I moved to LA. And, you know, I actually, like, I met her when I was around 24. And then we lost touch. And then we reconnected when I was, like, right before I moved to LA. So it was a while later. And you know, we was popping, like it, you know, it was good. It was like a relationship was like 6-7 months, you know what I'm saying? But then I was like, yo, I'm moving. So even though we had a lot of like, even though it was like great and we was locked in, I still like kept part of myself, you know what I'm saying, for being like all the way in, because I knew I was moving. And me moving was like, I just want to focus on being in LA. But in retrospect, for a while, I was like, damn, I guess I could have kept this going, took it a little bit more serious. Because there's nothing wrong with the relationship. I was just like on some, like, I just want to move out here, don't have to worry about nothing, and then just create, you know what I'm saying, just see what's out there for me. But it's like, that's the situation I definitely could have rode out a little bit longer because it was a good situation. You know what I'm saying? Now look at me, still single since 2019. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, now it's different. Now, it's just been because I just been focused on like what I'm creating. You know what I'm saying? Focus on work, focus on entrepreneurship, making it happen. I haven't made time, you know what I'm saying, for dating like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, now, presently it's a little different. I'm making a little bit more time. But for the past 5 years, I haven't really like intentionally made any time for it.
You never thought about calling it back, or it just kind of fizzled out?
It just fizzled out, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I knew she was dating somebody like a year later. So I wasn't trying to like, I'm like,
you ain't trying to infringe.
Yeah, I'm going to let that rock. You know what I'm saying? She might be happy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let that go.
I feel you, bro. Yeah. All right, last question, man. What you feel about the 50-50 thing, man? The 50-50 dating thing? I'm talking about this part of your life. I ain't talking about 10 years ago. You know?
Nah, I feel like if you're a man, you're going to provide, bro. That's what I want. That's what I feel. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel a sense of value with wanting to provide for not only me but for my family, for my woman. You know what I'm saying? Being able to do the things that I want to do that she wants to do, and I feel like a woman's um, value in her efforts is different. I think intrinsically, men, we provide, we protect. You know what I'm saying? We make sure it's good. Like a woman's gonna bring in something different. And I think when you provide and protect as a man, you allow her to be more feminine.
More feminine.
You know what I'm saying? She's able to actually do what she needs to do.
Feminine energy.
You know what I'm saying? She's not like if your girl gotta go out and get the bag too, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if she gotta go out and get the bag too,
got to go get it.
Gotta go get it. Plus, you want her to go 50-50. She ain't gonna be a woman. She ain't really fully in her womanhood. You know what I'm saying? She's not fully feminine.
Yeah.
She gotta worry about taking care of you or worry about adding to you every situation. You know what I'm saying? And that might be cool for you, but I feel like for me, I want to be able to provide that, to establish that. And it just makes me feel good on the end. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a real man is gonna understand. I'm gonna make this investment in my woman. I'm gonna make this investment in the environment and the relationship. I'm really investing back into myself because she's gonna pour back into me. And I realized that just watching my boys' marriage, because I see how much he does for her, but then I see how much he gets for her that allows him to elevate and go to that next level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, you can't do that if she exuding more masculine than she needs to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it.
It's like I mean, I ain't knocking either way. Like, it ain't me to say what's up. Like, I feel like if you go down and you got a chick that's making money, by all means, help out. But me personally, yeah, I want to have a little say so. You know what I'm saying? I want to, like, but then it's like, I feel like, because the reason why I asked that is it was a post of mine that went viral, and it was, like, surrounding that topic. And I just feel like most of the men that was complaining kept talking about economy and inflation. And I really feel like that was just like a result of the 9-to-5 income. Like, just not making enough. Because, like, how much do you blame the economy?
I don't blame the economy, bro. Like,
you don't really blame
You got to look at it like this. You're a man, bro. You got to go provide. So you got to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just glad that my hustle is not dictated by the economy.
Yeah, like if you feel like you're a man right now and the economy's got you in a situation, you need to get better at your skill set, or you need to learn a new skill.
The economy, your daddy.
Yeah, yo, back in the day, when we weren't living how we was living, we had to go hunt. You had to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You had to go provide, and it was still an economy on some level.
Economy never been good.
You had to leave your house, right? Travel in the dark, not knowing where you're going. Get food, hunt something down, drag it back. Like, you had to actually work. Now we're just talking about, I'm going to work, I lost my job. Like, people aren't doing the extra effort. It ain't like you had to be cold, travel 10, 20 miles to find some food, kill it, bring it back to the crib, cook it. You got a wife, you got a kid at home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They don't even know if you're coming back, but listen, I gotta climb this mountain and go over here to make it happen because I gotta bring this back to my family. Now it's just like people getting laid off and they're too lazy and not going after to get something else, or they don't want to learn something new and bet on themselves to provide value to the marketplace to get back that value that they're contributing to the marketplace.
Yeah, everybody gotta have it, bro. Most people, man, I don't want to hear it, but a little extra bit of smoking and get off and drink a beer.
Yep.
And then really fucking, bro. People be having kids before they got money. It's like,
yeah. Every kid's $250,000. So if you ain't got $250,000
per kid,
you know what I'm saying?
Plus something for yourself.
Plus something for yourself. That's why these athletes, in my opinion, bro, they gotta think, bro. Like, if most athletes go broke because they don't know their financial literacy, they're not saving, they're not investing, they're not learning skill outside the sport, and then you having multiple women who are definitely going to be hitting you for child support.
Because I know you cheating.
You definitely going to be broke, fam.
It's all part of the devil's plan.
You know what I'm saying? So, y'all got to get it together. That's all I'm saying.
You got anything you want to add before we get up out of here, man?
Yeah, man. I got a couple of things for the audience. If you're a podcaster, you want to learn how to monetize your podcast, I got a free program for you. 100K podcastprogram.com. 100K podcastprogram.com. And also, if you're a business owner or entrepreneur and you want to get on more stages, right, more podcasts to let people know what you do and how you help people, head over to the pod. I forgot for a second. thepodAgency.co. I just had a little brain freeze. thepodAgency.co. And then I got something for you too. I got an affiliate for you, so you can register, and then we can break some bread together. So I'll give that to you. So they can go to 100kpodcastprogram.com or go to thepodAgency.co, and then we can take care of them from there.
All right. So how does the affiliate thing work?
So I'm gonna give you this link. You just register.
Okay.
All the assets are gonna be in there. Like if you want to put a commercial in the video podcast, or audio in the audio podcast, or do a live read. It's my digital product that people can learn how to guest themselves on shows. It's $1,000 product. So if anyone downloads it from the podcast, you get $300 every single time. You don't gotta do nothing.
Dope. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
We're gonna definitely add that link in the description, man. All right, well, cool, man. It's been another episode of Multiple Streams by Any Means. Remember, good things go to those that hustle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, you guys got to check out this podcast. Check out my guy, Bam. Support this. Subscribe, share it, like, comment, whatever you got to do. Hopefully, you got a lot of value from this podcast. And, just keep rocking with this dude because he's on the come up, showing a lot of people a lot of value and interviewing some amazing people that you guys might not know, but you're going to get a lot of value and a lot of impact from.
Absolutely, man. So we're going to wrap it up like that, man.
Yes, sir.
Good one, man. Brandon and Brendan, man. We out.
Let's get it.